Well, hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. It's great to be with you on Inspirations for Your Life. Thank you so much for joining me. It is a privilege, a pleasure, and honor to be with you here this evening. If you are new to the show, I want to take the opportunity to definitely say thank you and welcome to the show. If you've been here many times before, of course, I want to say welcome back. It's always great to have people that enjoy the quality of the show and want to make this a daily part of their lives. So, yes, we have a very, very good show for you guys. We always have a good show, you know that. And I think that's something that a lot of people, they don't really understand. Just fixing my headset here a second. I think a lot of people, when they hear, motivation, they sometimes get stuck, right? They don't necessarily know like what it is, why something's working a certain way. And I think that comes down to, us living and being a certain way, right? So I want to tell you that motivation is not something you just do one day. You have to keep doing it until it becomes autonomous. If you have not checked out believemeachieve.com, do that after the show is over. You can do that 24 hours a day, long form content, short form content, reels, and so much more. So check that out. I have a nice, delicious Swiss Miss hot cocoa here. Still nice and hot. Really good. My nice little thermos. So again, it is great to have you here on the show. So welcome everyone to yes, Inspirations for Your Life. Who am I? I'm John C. Morley. I'm a serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, keynote speaker, graduate student, and a lifelong passionate learner. And pretty soon I will be, yes, an author as my book is coming out probably in late May or June. Today's episode is titled Inner Standards Creating Freedom. We live in a world of constant distraction, comparison, and pressure to perform. In this episode, I'm going to explore how creating inner standards, personal rules, and self discipline gives you the clarity, the calmness, and the sustainability for momentum. Now, these are practical strategies for intentional living, building self trust, and gaining freedom from reactive behavior. The best way I could tell you reactive, if you ever been a board before, and maybe that board, somebody didn't like your post. But you know what? It's always a couple people that are not going to like the party, right? But it's funny, you're getting all that attention, and people are actually jealous that you're getting that attention. Well, number one, guys, protect your energy. Protect your energy. Standards protect energy. Focus is a resource. Guard it wisely. I think too many people are frivolous with their resources and then they wonder, oh my gosh, why can't I get anywhere? Well, it's because you're frivolous with your resources. Number two, guys, I got to have some more of this hot cocoa. This hot cocoa was like really the bomb tonight. Mm, Still deliciously hot. Took us a few extra seconds to get keyed up tonight because Focusrite decided just out of the blue that they were going to launch a brand new firmware update. Well, whenever they do that, there's always settings that get changed. So that took me a minute or two to get that calibrated so that we could get back on the air with you guys. But they don't push out updates very often. So I am happy about that. And it was also a firmware update. So they had to update the device as well. Number two, inner rules reduce chaos. Structure brings clarity. And a lot of people don't realize that structure is not to penalize us, it's to give us clarity. Okay. Um, and that's important. Number three, guys, discipline creates choice. Freedom comes from consistency. And it looks like we're starting to get some bad connections here from Atom Altice. We've been having lots of issues with them, off on, telling me my internet's no good. And my internet is fine. It's just Optimum sucks. I just got to be pretty honest with you. So discipline creates choice. Freedom comes from consistency. Optimum, why can't you get your stuff together and figure out how to maintain internet connections? I honestly wish you guys wouldn't be in business because it's like you're just terrible. You're absolutely terrible. So discipline creates choice freedom and it comes from consistency. I hope we don't get knocked off the air. It says we're unstable. I know we're not unstable. But again, this is getting really, really crazy. All right, guys, we are back. Like I said, Optimum's been doing some really, really crazy stuff here. And unfortunately, they suck. I mean, that's just the best way to put it. Unfortunately, we put all this money and resources into internet, but when companies like Optimum show up and Altice that are from another country like France, well, let's just say they can't even shine our shoes. I mean, the fact that they have all these connection things, I mean, their service just sucks. I mean, that's just the best way to say it. So, apologize for the interruptions, but unfortunately, Optimum does suck. And as I was saying to you about the standards, when I was saying about the disciplines and things like that, these are important things for us to understand and also to be part of. But I think a lot of times when we think about inner standards, right? And we think about, what all this means, and we think about the fact that, we don't expect a lot, but we do expect that people are going to be at least accountable. And as I said, we're talking about inner standards. Maybe Optimum should actually come up with some of their own that actually work. Um, Freedom, right? I talked about comparison, I talked about distraction, and then we got rudely interrupted there for a few seconds. So these are all practical, as I said to you, right? And so when we think about building, it's hard for a lot of people to digest that concept, but it is very, very important. Now, we were talking about number 3 before we rudely got interrupted. Discipline creates choice. Freedom comes from consistency. Boundaries prevent burnout. Energy is finite. So we have to protect it, guys. Clear limits. Sharpen focus. Knowing what improves results. Knowing what improves results. So, number 6, self-discipline, guys, builds confidence. Action creates belief in yourself. And I think when we can take one action and we can move forward, well, guys, that's what sets the magic in motion. All right. Standards simplify decisions. Fewer options, faster action. Number 7. And number 8, inner structure creates a calmness, order inside, and it leads us to clarity outside our bodies. Number 9, discipline is the key, guys, and it creates mental control. Number 10, standards prevent regret. Conscious choices reduce second guessing. That is delicious, guys. So build clarity and alignment. Number 11, self-control creates clarity, and a focused mind makes better decisions. Number 12, inner order creates stability. Consistent structures strengthen resilience. Number 13, discipline trains trust. Reliability builds credibility and self-respect. And getting back on the Optimum and Altice bandwagon, I have to tell you that they have been so unreliable this entire week. They've had some kind of nonsense. Every day I've been kind of knocked off the air for a couple seconds, even before I stream. And I don't know, it's like, I just wish there would be a service that actually could stand up to reliability and integrity. It's not Optimum, it's not Altice, I'll tell you that. So number 13, discipline trains trust. Reliability builds credibility and self-respect. That's important, guys. If you're thinking about self-respect as something you just get at the grocery store, well, you don't really understand self-respect. You're maybe enticed with the concept of it, but you don't really know what it's standing for. Number 14, standards reduce emotional swings. Stability creates peace of mind. I got to have more of this hot cocoa. It's really, really good, guys. Well, it looks like Optimum has gotten that air out of their system. Well, they don't have air in the system, but you get my point. Whatever issue they were having, I don't know. They just so horrible, their service. Number 15, consistency builds credibility. Small repeat actions compound influence day in and day out. Number 16, guys, discipline protects momentum, and it keeps us moving forward with steady habits. See, that's the key. It's steady habits. It's not something that's just happening once. It's happening consistency in our life. And when something happens consistency, it's like, oh, wow, that's now starting to hit home with us, right? Starting to hit home with us. And number 16, discipline protects momentum. We keep moving forward with the steady habits. So it's our discipline that keeps the engine going, right? Keeps that momentum on track. Even when you might say, gee, I don't know where to get discipline from, you can get it. Discipline protects the momentum, as I said. It keeps moving forward us in the direction so that we have steady habits. Number 17, guys, standards reduce distraction. Attention is your most powerful tool. Number 18, self-mastery creates peace. Control over yourself translates to calmness and action of the calmness. This isn't about something you do one time, guys. It's something you do over and over and over again every single day. Okay? That's important to definitely understand. Number 19, boundaries preserve focus, and they protect what truly matters to us and those we care so much about. Number 20, guys, discipline builds identity. Who you are is reinforced by your consistent actions. Not the actions you take on one day, the actions that you take every single day of your life. And let's face it, actions sometimes scare us because we don't necessarily know like what's going to happen. I think the biggest fear people have is that when they have an action and they elicit it, they're like, oh my gosh, is it going to be comfortable or is it going to be uncomfortable? And how am I going to respond? It's like they're trying to figure out what it's going to be like before they've even done it. And it just creates this big hype, right? Number 20, guys, discipline builds identity. Who you are is reinforced by your consistent actions. As I said, it's not by what you do one time, it's what you do consistently in your life. Alignment and freedom is our next peg post. And we're on to number 21. Standards create alignment. Your values and actions start to match naturally. You don't need to force them, just like when two people become great friends, you know what happens? Well, they get to bond with each other because they're in tandem. They're in movement, right? And they bond and they start to mirror each other. Not because they want to, it just sort of happens. And I think that's a really important thing. Again, standards create alignment. Your values and your actions start to match it naturally. And so you don't need to try to mirror somebody. When you're truly in alignment with them, you will mirror them. Number 22, guys. Inner limits create freedom. Saying no empowers saying yes to what matters. Saying no empowers saying yes to what matters. And that could be giving yourself choices. It could be giving yourself freedom. Okay. Number 23. Self-discipline grows confidence. Repeat action builds self-trust. Notice I said repeat action. I did not say one-time action. I said repeated action. Okay? That's important to understand. Very important to understand. And you might be wondering why, but that's the key. And I know a lot of you are probably saying, well, this is kind of crazy, but it's not. When we think about where we are, when we think about what we're doing, we can think about the key and we can think about the fact that we're intentional beings. And if we're intentional, then people will notice us. Now, you might say, why do I want people to notice us? When somebody notices you, okay, they become aware of not so much what you're doing, but the who you are. And the who you are can open doors for you. It can create friendships and more, but it can come from a sense that's inside the person. Number 23. Self-discipline grows confidence, as I said. But the thing about self-confidence is that it comes from the inner core of our being. It doesn't come from some sign we see. It doesn't come from a friend of ours. It comes from our true core in our being. That's a key. It comes from that core inside us. And that core allows us to see how it makes a difference, and that will resonate with us. When something resonates with us, it's like we get fuel to go forward. Number 24, guys, standards. Standards prevent impulse damage. Rules protect your long-term goals. Yep. Rules protect your goals. Now, I'm not saying to stay in a bubble, but I am saying to have some structure. Okay? And I will tell you that it is so important that you recognize these little nuances. And the nuances that you notice will give you something called awareness. And just being subtly aware of something can dramatically affect our perspective, and thus the choices, decisions, and actions that we elicit in the world. Number 25. Discipline stabilizes emotions. Consistent habits reduce reactive behavior. So when we're consistent, we reduce the reactive and we become more proactive. All right? Being proactive is important. And understanding being proactive is something that a lot of people want to do. For whatever reason, they make all kinds of excuses as to why they're not proactive. They become reactive and say, well, you know what? I'll do it next time. Next time I'll be proactive. But let me just be reactive this one time. And you know what happens? They never ever become proactive. They just keep being reactive and it just keeps reinforcing and they keep doing reactive, and they never change. And then they wonder why they're tired. They wonder why they're not getting to the milestones they want. Well, you don't have to wonder anymore. Start being proactive and you'll get there. Number 26, guys, structure supports growth. Systems enable progress consistently. Sometimes we can't get where we want to go, but when we build a system, we can get there. Systems have a way of making things happen, okay? They have a way of making things happen. And so when we think about how that can help us, okay, we can see that there's a potential. And that potential, again, can change your perspective. Perspectives are like putting a pair of glasses on or looking through a different window. You don't need to have any instructions on how to do it. It's just there. If I give you a red window, everything through the window is red. If I give you a green window, everything through the window is green, yellow, etc. You get my point. If I give you a clear window, everything through the window is as clear as your eyes can see clear. So if something is that easy, why is it people don't do it? I'll tell you why. They see it and then they're like, oh, wait a minute. I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to be part of that. That's a problem, guys. Yeah. So number 27, inner order improves execution clarity. Inside leads to effective output. Just like computers and technology, we put in good input, we get out good output. We give bad input, well, we're probably going to get bad output. It's nobody's fault. It's the input that's in is bad. Is it a person? Is it data? What is it? Number 28, guys. Discipline reduces overthinking habits and it prevents mental exhaustion. Discipline. Discipline is making sure you get done what you need to do. Discipline is making sure that you do what you have to do and then play. Okay? Then play. Are you responsible to yourself or no? I don't know. I'm asking you a question. Are you responsible? Are you accountable? Are you? Do you know what the value of something is? Or do you figure out the value after you've done it? We should know our value before we start. We should know what we want to invest in before we put time, money, or effort into it. We should spend a little bit of time researching, but we also should not spend 100% of time doing that. Number 29, guys. Standards simplify life. Fewer choices, clearer paths forward. Self-control creates power. Control yourself. Control your outcomes. And I think that's a very important thing for a lot of us to maybe realize or maybe understand. That an outcome that we get today may change tomorrow. It may change tomorrow. Do you know why? Because our belief changes. Because our belief changes. That's something I think a lot of people, I don't think people get that. Change is constant. Change is constant. And if change is constant, then that means we've always got to be moving toward a different way. We might be on the same path to the goal, but we might need to take a different route sometimes. Maybe a road's blocked. Maybe there's an accident. You get my point. We've got to be vigilant in a way that's playful to allow us to get to our destination. To be aware of the pitfalls. To have a plan B, to have a plan C. But do it in a playful way, not a way that's going to drain our energy. Today, we've talked about a lot when it comes to inner standards. There's so many different standards in our life. We have standards for academic excellence. We have standards for so many things, okay? We have standards for hotels, for restaurants. We have standards for health, right? We have standards for everything. And although these standards are present, what I want you to understand is that they shouldn't trip you up. They should get you to have fun. They should get you to creatively play to achieve these standards and more. The key takeaway is very simple today, guys. Your life is built by choice, not by accident, right? Not by some chance. And every decision that you choose to make matters. Every one. By choosing to create inner standards, you're protecting your energy. Our energy, guys, is one of the most expensive things we have that we need to protect. our energy. And if we'll do this and act with self discipline, you will gain clarity. You'll get calmer, you'll be intentional, and you'll have the momentum to move forward in a way you didn't even think was possible. Living with these rules, guys, these guidelines, these strong suggestions will transform your life from somebody who is reactive on hyper autopilot to a person that executes with deliberate, empowered action. Now, you're not going to become somebody who is a deliberate action taker overnight. If you're stuck in the back seat with being one that's on autopilot, it's going to be a hard time to get your autopilot to turn off. I'm just going to let you know that. But you can with practice. Remember, guys, small, consistent choices will always compound over time. Let me say that again. Small, consistent choices compound over time. Integrity and discipline build self-trust, peace, and resilience. Your focus, energy, and attention are precious. Guard them with purpose and align them with what truly matters. Please, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, of course, inspiring creation, short form and long form, available 24 hours a day from any of your smart devices or computers. That's just by visiting believemeachieve.com. And let's make everything we do about intention, passion, and joy. Have yourself a fantastic one, everyone, and I'll catch you real soon. Be well, everyone.